Let me tell you something simple, but life-changing. Gratitude is not something you feel, it's something you choose. Every single day, life gives us two lenses. One is scarcity, one is abundance. One sees what's missing, the other sees what's already here, and the lens you choose determines the world you live in. We all want more love, more time, more success. But what if I told you everything you're chasing is already around you, just waiting for you to notice? Gratitude is not about ignoring the pain, it's about refusing to let the pain blind you to the beauty. You can hurt and still be thankful. You can struggle and still find light. Gratitude doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you've stopped waiting for perfection to feel joy, and perspective, that's your power. Because when your perspective shifts, your reality shifts. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" that's the moment you take your power back. You can't always change the situation, but you can always change how you see it, and how you see it changes everything. So pause, breathe, look around, find one thing today to be grateful for, just one. And hold on to it like a lifeline, because that lifeline will grow. And before you know it, you'll have an entire anchor of peace built from pieces you once overlooked. Gratitude gives you presence. Perspective gives you peace. And when you have both, you become unstoppable. Gratitude is a choice, not a feeling. It's not something that magically appears when everything in life is going well. It's not a reward for a perfect day or a peaceful season. It's a decision you make, especially when life feels far from easy. Because there will be days when nothing seems right, when the weight is heavy, when the noise in your mind is louder than the peace in your heart. And on those days, gratitude feels distant, but that's exactly when it becomes the most powerful. Gratitude doesn't wait for a reason, it creates one. It's saying, "I may not have everything I want, but I see what I have." It's choosing to find light in the middle of a storm. It's pausing to breathe in the middle of chaos. It's realizing that even here, even now, there's something worth holding on to. Gratitude is rebellion. It defies the pressure to complain, to compare, to collapse under what's missing. It pushes back against a world that constantly tells you to want more. It whispers, "Look again, there's beauty here." Not because everything is perfect, but because you've decided to notice what is good. It's a quiet strength, the kind that doesn't need applause, the kind that doesn't scream, but still shifts everything inside you. Gratitude can turn an ordinary moment into a sacred one. It can take the weight off your shoulders by reminding you, you are not empty. You are not behind, you are not forgotten. There is something here for you, even if it's just breathe, even if it's just a glimpse of peace, even if it's just knowing that you made it this far. Gratitude is the daily practice of perspective. It's a way of seeing, not just what's in front of you, but what's within you. It's what transforms survival into living. It's what turns scarcity into sufficiency. You don't wait to feel grateful, you choose it. You reach for it, and with every choice, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You see the world through the lens you choose, scarcity or abundance. Every day you wake up and put on a lens. It shapes what you notice, what you expect, what you believe is possible. And most of the time, you don't even realize you're wearing it. Scarcity says there's never enough. Not enough time, not enough love, not enough success, beauty, peace, purpose. It's the voice that tells you you're behind, that you're missing something everyone else has, that you'll be happy once you have more. But the problem with the scarcity lens is no matter how much you get, it still feels like something is missing. You're always chasing, always comparing, always feeling small, but there's another lens, abundance, and it changes everything. Abundance says, "I already have something worth being grateful for." It doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you've chosen to see what's present instead of obsessing over what's not. It means you've stopped measuring your worth by what you lack. It's the voice that says, this moment matters, this breath counts, this life, right now, is enough. When you choose abundance, you see the ordinary as sacred. You stop rushing past joy. You stop waiting for permission to feel peace. You begin to notice things others overlook. The softness of morning light, the warmth of someone's presence, the strength it took just to keep going. Choosing abundance doesn't make your life easier. It makes your heart lighter. It gives you room to celebrate instead of compete, to appreciate instead of resent, to trust instead of fear. You see, the world around you might not change, but the way you experience it does, not because life got better, but because your lens did. And once you start seeing through abundance, you realize you were never truly lacking. You just forgot how to look. So before you start your day, ask yourself, what lens am I wearing? And is it showing me the whole picture or just the shadows? Chasing more can blind you to the blessings you already have. It's so easy to get caught in the race, to keep reaching, striving, running toward what's next. More money, more recognition, more comfort, love, peace, validation. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. Ambition isn't the enemy. Desire can be a beautiful fuel. But when your eyes are always locked on the horizon, you stop seeing what's right in front of you. You miss the quiet miracles. You forget the progress you've already made. You overlook the small wins, the simple joys, the people who stayed. Chasing more turns life into a finish line, a constant feeling of not yet successful, not yet happy, not yet enough. But here's the truth, if you can't find gratitude in what you have now, more will never feel like enough either, because the goalpost will always move. There will always be someone doing more, having more, being more. And comparison will rob you blind. It will steal the sweetness from your own story. You'll forget that where you are now is where you once prayed to be. You'll forget how much you've already overcome. You'll forget that peace doesn't come from the next thing. It comes from the present one. You don't have to stop dreaming. You don't have to stop growing. But you do have to stop waiting for more to feel fulfilled. You do have to pause and notice what's here, the roof over your head, the people who love you, the strength that carried you through your hardest days, the breath in your lungs right now. That's not small. That's not nothing. That's life, and it's happening. Right now, don't miss it. Don't let chasing the next chapter make you blind to the beauty of this page. Because what you have, someone else is praying for. And what you see as ordinary might just be the greatest gift you'll ever get. Gratitude doesn't ignore pain. It acknowledges beauty in spite of it. It's not a mask you wear to pretend everything is fine. It's not toxic positivity. It's not turning away from the hard things. It's turning toward the light, even when the darkness is still there. Gratitude doesn't ask you to lie to yourself. It asks you to look deeper, to see that pain and beauty can live in the same moment, that joy and grief can sit at the same table. You can be hurting and still thankful. You can be healing and still aware of what's good. You can cry over what you lost and still give thanks for what remains. Gratitude is not blind. It sees everything, the ache, the cracks, the weight you carry, but it also sees what's holding you up, the people who showed up when you didn't ask, the peace that surprised you in the middle of chaos, the small moments that gave you strength when you felt like giving up. Gratitude says, yes, this is hard, and yes, there's still something beautiful here. It doesn't erase your struggle, it honors your resilience. It's the quiet reminder that even in the mess, there is meaning, even in the loss, there is love, even in the silence, there is presence, Sometimes gratitude looks like a whisper, a hand on your chest reminding you you're still here. Sometimes it's not loud or obvious. It's the breath you didn't think you could take, the sunrise you didn't expect to see, the text you didn't know you needed. It's those little flickers of hope that show up when you least deserve them. But exactly when you need them, gratitude won't take your pain away, but it will keep your pain from taking everything. It will ground you, lift you, and slowly, moment by moment, it will help you find the beauty that still exists beneath the brokenness. Because gratitude doesn't wait for life to be perfect. It finds what's sacred in the middle of the storm. Struggle and gratitude can coexist. You don't have to choose one or the other. You don't have to pretend everything is okay just to be thankful. You don't have to feel strong to recognize how far you've come. Struggle doesn't cancel out gratitude, and gratitude doesn't erase the weight of what you're carrying. They can live side by side in the same breath. In the same moment, you can be overwhelmed and still appreciate the kindness in someone's voice. You can be exhausted and still feel grateful for the roof over your head. You can be in pain and still thank life for giving you another day. Some of the most grateful people are the ones who have suffered the most, because they've learned to see the light in places most overlook. They know how to hold sorrow in one hand and peace in the other. Gratitude doesn't deny the struggle, it just reminds you that the struggle isn't the whole story. It says, yes, this is hard, but you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still finding your way. Sometimes we think we have to be fully healed to feel thankful. But that's not true. Sometimes you're grateful in the middle of the healing, while the wound is still fresh, while the future is still uncertain, and that kind of gratitude is powerful because it's not based on circumstances. It's a decision, a steady, quiet choice to notice what's good. Even when nothing feels easy, struggle will come, seasons of doubt, pressure, loss, and waiting. But if you can hold on to gratitude in those seasons, you won't lose yourself in the dark. You'll have something to anchor you, to remind you of who you are, of what still matters, even if it's just one thing, one breath, one person, one reason to keep going. You don't need a perfect life to feel thankful. You just need a moment of awareness, a shift in focus, a pause long enough to see there's still something good, even here, even now, even in this. Perspective is how you reclaim your personal power. It's not about controlling what happens to you. It's about choosing how you see it. You may not get to decide every situation, but you do get to decide the meaning you give it, and that meaning, that perspective, is everything. It's what shapes your emotions. It's what drives your choices. It's what determines whether you rise or retreat. Perspective is what turns setbacks into lessons. It's what turns endings into beginnings. It's what reminds you that pain isn't the full story. It's just a chapter. When you shift your perspective, you shift your experience. You start asking better questions. Not why is this happening to me, but what can I learn from this? Not what did I lose, but what did I gain that can't be taken from me? It's in that shift, subtle, quiet, internal, where your power returns, because now you're not just reacting to life, you're responding with intention, with awareness, with strength. Perspective doesn't always change the outcome, but it does change how you carry it. It helps you rise above your circumstances instead of being crushed by them. It reminds you that even in your hardest moments, you still have choice. Choice in what you focus on. Choice in how you interpret the story. Choice in what you carry forward. And sometimes that's all you need. A choice to see the good in a mess, to find purpose in the pain, to believe this is shaping you, not breaking you. Perspective opens the door to peace. It creates space for gratitude. Even when life feels uncertain, it softens fear. It strengthens hope. It gives you the power to rewrite the meaning of what you've been through. Not to ignore it, but to reclaim it. You are not powerless. You never were. You just forgot where your power lies. It lives in how you see, how you frame the moment, how you speak to yourself when things fall apart. Change your perspective, and everything begins to shift. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Changing how you see a situation can change how you experience it. Two people can walk through the same moment, but carry two entirely different memories. It's not just what happens that shapes us, it's what we believe about what happens. It's the story we tell ourselves, the meaning we attach to the moment, and sometimes that story needs to be rewritten. Not because the facts change, but because you decide to see them differently. You get to shift your focus from what broke you to what built you, from what hurt you to what healed you, from what was taken to what was left behind, stronger, wiser, more awake. When you change the lens, you change the feeling. A delay becomes protection, a rejection becomes redirection, a loss becomes space for something new. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to see more than just the pain. It's realizing you're not a victim of every thought that enters your mind. You get to challenge the ones that steal your peace. You get to rewrite the narrative, not to fake it, but to free yourself. You can say, this moment is hard, but it's not the end. You can say, I don't understand this yet, but I will. You can say, there's still something here for me, even if I don't see it yet. The power to do that. It's already within you. You've done it before. You've walked through moments you thought would break you, and came out different on the other side. Not because the situation was easy, but because you changed how you carried it. You saw with new eyes. You found meaning where there once was only confusion. That's the quiet strength of perspective. It doesn't need noise. It just needs intention. And once you begin to shift that inner vision, your outer experience will never feel the same again. Not because life got easier, but because you got clearer. Asking, what is this teaching me, opens the door to growth. It changes the entire energy of the moment. It shifts you from victim to student, from helpless to empowered, from stuck to moving forward. Life will always throw things your way that you didn't ask for. Unexpected loss, unfair situations, moments that shake your confidence, your peace, your sense of direction. And it's easy to get lost in the why. Why did this happen to me? Why now? Why like this? But why often leads to a wall. It keeps you circling the pain, stuck in the same question, with no clear answer. What is this teaching me? That's a door. It invites you to step forward, to lean in, to explore meaning instead of waiting for it to appear. It doesn't make the struggle disappear, but it gives it purpose. It doesn't erase the hurt, but it transforms how you hold it. Maybe it's teaching you patience, or how to let go. Maybe it's teaching you how strong you really are, or how to stand up for yourself. Maybe it's showing you what you truly value and what you've outgrown. There is no wasted experience when you're willing to learn. Even in your worst seasons, growth is always trying to reach you. The lesson doesn't always come loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it comes slowly, in pieces, through reflection, through time. But when you ask the question, you open your heart. You give pain a place to transform. You stop resisting the season and start receiving what it came to give you. Not everything will make sense right away. But growth often begins before clarity does. You don't have to understand it fully to grow from it deeply. Ask the question, be willing to listen, be open to the discomfort of learning something new about yourself. That's how you turn pain into wisdom. That's how you move from merely surviving to evolving. That's how you take your power back one lesson at a time. Gratitude grounds you in the present. It brings you back to what's real, what's here, what's now. Because the mind loves to wander, it drifts into the past, replaying moments you can't change. It leaps into the future, worrying about things that haven't even happened. And in the process, you miss what's right in front of you. You miss the stillness in this breath. You miss the comfort of your own heartbeat. You miss the peace that can only be felt when you are fully here. Gratitude pulls you out of the noise, out of the what-ifs, out of the should-haves, and into the quiet knowing that right now, this moment is enough, not perfect, not always easy, but enough. It's the deep inhale after a long day, the soft light that pours through your window, the sound of someone's voice who makes you feel safe. It's the awareness that even in the midst of chaos, something good still exists, and when you pay attention to it, you feel your feet on the ground again. You stop rushing, you stop reaching, you start noticing. The warmth in your hands, the way your chest rises and falls, the fact that you're still here after everything. Gratitude slows you down. It doesn't ask for more. It simply asks you to see, to pause long enough to recognize that this ordinary moment is sacred, that this breath you just took is a gift, that this life, right now, deserves your presence, not just your memory of it, not just your hopes for what it could be, but your full, open attention, because that's where peace lives. Not in the next accomplishment, not in the next chapter, but here, in the now. Gratitude is the anchor. It holds you steady when everything else feels out of control. It reminds you that presence is power. And that by simply being here, fully awake to this moment, you've already found something worth holding on to. A grateful heart and a powerful perspective can make you unstoppable, not because life becomes easy, but because you become anchored, rooted in what matters. You stop being shaken by every storm. You stop being defined by every setback, because your heart knows what's real, and your mind knows how to see it. Gratitude gives you strength, not loud strength, but the kind that runs deep, the kind that holds you steady when everything else is uncertain. It reminds you of what you've overcome, what you still have, what can never be taken from you, and perspective, that's your compass. It shows you where you're going. It gives you clarity in the chaos. It turns breakdowns into breakthroughs, because you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? You don't avoid the hard things. You just stop fearing them. You stop shrinking under the weight of not enough. Because your heart is full of what already is, and your vision is focused on what still can be. This combination, gratitude and perspective, is your quiet superpower. It turns pain into purpose, loss into wisdom, delay into development. It's not just about staying positive. It's about staying present, staying aware, staying open to learning, to healing, to becoming. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to keep showing up with a heart that's thankful and a mind that's aligned, because that energy changes things. It changes how you speak, how you walk, how you rise when life tries to break you. You move with quiet confidence. You lead with humility and vision. You build not from fear but from faith. And slowly, day by day, you become unstoppable. Not because you never fall, but because you never forget what's holding you up. Gratitude, perspective, and the unshakable truth that everything you need is already within you. So as you move forward into tomorrow, into the unknown, into the next version of yourself, carry this with you. Gratitude in your heart. Perspective in your mind. And the unwavering belief that no matter what comes, you have the strength to rise, the eyes to see what still matters, and the courage to keep going. Because the world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs the present one, the grounded one, the one who can stand in both the struggle and the beauty and still choose to grow. You are not powerless, you are not behind, you are not broken, you are becoming, and with a grateful heart and a clear perspective, ***, you are absolutely unstoppable. ***.